Alright, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic / Known Classics. This is episode number 2775 and Doubleshot number 2679. First up, we're discussing Justice League America issues 219 and 232. 219 and 220, the penultimate time the Justice League do a crossover with the JSA. Yep, and this book features a return of Johnny Thunderbolt of Earth 1. First time since the second ever team up from issues 37-38 released back in the 60s. He's teamed up with the Crime Champions to take on the JSA and, well, the JLA. Really fun story. 21 to 23 involves basically, well, it's them versus, like, a group of hybrid creatures known as the Anti-Men. Yes. Oh, I forgot to mention the writers of these issues. So, for 219, 220, it is Roy Thomas. Yes, Roy Thomas writes Justice League. So, you can definitely count this as basically, like I mentioned before in my comic history, where Roy Thomas wrote issues of Justice League and he wrote issues of Avengers. So, he's one of those writers who actually has done that. And then back to the Jerry Conway for a few issues because the Anti-Men. Yes. Really interesting storyline that one is. And then 224 has a character named Paragon who basically manipulates people that just like are like he's kind of like a human version of the best way to describe of Mazo. Maybe Mazo was planned for this issue, but maybe that the writer of the issue, who is Kurt Busiek, probably wasn't allowed to use him. So character called Paragon, who after this issue is now returning into Superman 675, released in 2000s. Then 225, 227 is basically the Justice League America, who comprises now of Black Canary, Green Arrow, Hawkman, Hawkwoman, Santa, work with the Atom to take on a group of demons for a few issues. Yep. Really interesting stuff here. The group is known as Felix. They're probably a group associated with, well, yeah. And then basically becomes the three-part story arc that changes this book's direction. That ultimately, the change direction ultimately kills the book. Okay, so Martian returns the book, and then the Martians invade. Yep, it's War of the Worlds time. Yep, Aquaman basically is drawn in this, and like some Justice League is simply just not available for this story. So yeah, they beat the Martians back. Martian stays on Earth, wants to invade with their rogue faction, and then he decides to make changes, which is detailed going to be in the second annual. But meanwhile, before we get to the annual, 230 is kind of the end of this era for Justice League, because the end of this era. But before that, we have one last team with the GSA. Yep, that's what happens in 231, 232. Yes, this is kind of what the rest of Justice League were up to while everybody was away. So we have Kurt Busiek write the last Justice League America. So basically it's so apparently this story takes place at the same time as Trial of the Flash and, well, the Martian invasion. So it's mostly just Superman, Supergirl, and they're teaming up to take on this guy called the Commander, who only appears in this very story arc. And I find this interesting, the fact this was the final ever time the team with the JSA. And they have this story happen while two other stories happen at the same time. Yes. Yeah, but I thought the story was actually okay, kind of. But the only problem with the storyline is the fact that it takes place during the previous story arc. Yeah, I don't know really the reason for this, but that's kind of what happened here. But this next episode of Scott Justice League will be the Detroit era. Oh, and Conway only writes 3 issues of this run here. 224 is Kurt Busiek. 225 is Joey Cavalieri, who does it for 3 straight issues from 225 to 227. 228 is basically Kurt Busiek, and he basically is he's writer of the next few issues of the book. Mm-hmm. Actually, no, Jerry Cowan comes back to write the 3-parter, War of the Worlds, 1984. I'm gonna give these set of issues. None of the issues were bad per se. I did kind of enjoy them. I'm gonna give the book roughly a 9 out of 10. Next up is the Bronze Age Omnibus. So we have a few books to discuss here. So let's get started here. First of which, before I talk about the main Teen Titans book, let's talk about World's Finest 205, which, by the way, the Bronze Age Omnibus collected Teen Titans Volume 1 issues 25 to 53. This World's Finest issue, and excuse me, I think it was like Brave and Bold. I think it was like 2 issues of Brave and Bold. So this World's Finest issue is basically Superman team up with the Teen Titans for this issue. It's written by Steve Eckelhart, art by Steve Dillon. Yes. Yeah, Superman basically works the Titans in here. Though it takes place at some point during the main book itself because of all some characters I'll get to in a minute. But they fight a dragon. It's a really fun issue. Mm-hmm. And I guess they figure, though, hey, so I guess on DC for this, hey, I only have basically the Teen Titans also guest star in Brave and the Bold for issue number, I think it was like a brief return for them because I'll get to basically what goes on with this in a minute. This is by Bob Haney. It's Batman team with the Teen Titans to they got a group of deal with runaways, but it came out in 1979. I do find interesting though they have this guest appearance. Now there is no regular trade that collect issues from this era, per se. No, there isn't. But who does they take on 205? A guy called Richard Henley. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's the main issues in a nutshell. Those two. But now moving on to Teen Titans. Now, Teen Titans number 25 is a bit of a controversial one. Because, like, the issue starts off with a Peacemaker who dies, and the Justice League blames the Teen Titans for his death. So, from 25 to basically 30, the Titans give up. They give up the costumes, become Peacemakers. Aqualad, who is a member of the team, had no idea this happened. He was not with them at the time. Members were comprised of, this issue 25 was his first appearance of Love the Clay, who was a Oracle. It's basically Hawk and Dove, Kid Flash, Robin, Speedy, Wonder Girl. Kid Flash was Wally West, Robin, Dick Grayson, Speedy, or Harper, Wonder Girl, Donna Troy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Robert Kniger on the identity with Nick Candy on the artwork. Yes. 26th first appearance of Mal Duncan. Those who are familiar with this guy, he later becomes, he assumes 2 different identities over the years. 25 is also debuted with a character named Lauren Jupiter. Yes, a character who was a recurring character in this run. Mm-hmm. He's here for a pretty good period of time. He's here up until like issue 41, and then he's out of the book. Mm-hmm. You probably think, at what point do the Teen Titans basically put the costumes back on? Not for a little bit per se. We also have Steve Skeeton's writing too. They also do some time traveling in issue number 32. Also, the first appearance of a character named Gnark, who is a K-Boy character who got killed off in Tales Teen Titans in 50. Yeah. So, we also have Bob Haney come in, one of the co-creators of Teen Titans. So Gnark falls in the future. And they work with Lilith per se. Yeah, so number 34, the Teen Titans in that book is comprised of Lily Clay, Mel Duncan, Robin, and Speedy. And Wonder Girl is basically a part of the group. Yeah, then we have a horror issue 35, where we just Kid Flash, Lily Clay, and Robin. And a lot of the rest of the book is basically reprints. And then we have a Robin and Lily Clay story for issue 36. For 37, it's basically them taking on the Force and Apocalypse. For 37, it's basically just, well, just some hallucination on that one. And then like 39, which is basically just, oh, let's just more so with Gnark here. He had a job with the Fourth Dimension, got fired. Issue 40 is basic experience with Aquaman Alcalad, who they deal with called a Black Mori. Yes, at one point in these issues, they actually encounter Black Manta. Yep. So by issue 41, Little Orange Jupiter is out of the group. The series, per se. For 42, they go to Mexico. The Yucatan. Yep. 43. Take out some demons. Now, between 43 and 44, there is a publication. Now, the book has ceased publishing for 3 years. Excuse me. In story, the Titans had disbanded and Dr. Light brought him back. And this didn't last the book very long. It lasted for another 10 issues before the book ultimately got canceled at this point in time. Yep. And also, it's basically 44 is noteworthy for the return of Teen Titans, but it's basically Mel Duncan become Guardian for the first time. Which they play a little bit more of this in the Superman Family Store stuff. And then we have in 45, the first appearance of Karen Beecher, Mel Duncan's future wife. Yep. Bob Reskin is the writing for this issue. And then the Fiddler fights Teen Titans issue 46. With a guest appearance by Joker's daughter. In 47, it's basically Joker joining the team, but the ending of this book leads into 47. We discussed this already. Moving on to 49. 49 Bumblebee joins the team, and Mel Duncan's Hornblower in issue 49. And take on more one-shot characters. Issue 50 starts something that never really took off very much when I heard. Titans West, which is a team based on the West Coast, comprised of Lois Batgirl. You're thinking, Batgirl? Is Barbara Gordon part of the team? No. It's Batty Kane, the original Batwoman's niece. And I believe she's also, like, I think she's loosely related to the Batwoman. Well, the original, anyways. Yeah, they also have Hawk and Dove and Golden Eagle, which I had discussed this guy already in Justice League because that's where he made his debut. He's psychic to, well, Hawkman. Yep. And of course, they work with Titans West to take on Captain Calamity in issue 51. Who previously fought Batman. Yep. And he's here for basically 3 issues. And then, like, get this. So, in the final issue of the book, they fight this creature known as Antithesis. Which, I have heard this is like retcon. This creature was actually Mr. Twister. As in, the guy who the Teen Titans fought in their debut appearance back in Brand 54. Yes, he somehow became this creature. For reasons. Yeah. But with 53, they also go in the origin story of the Teen Titans, where this is established with a retcon where Harper was found member of the team. This is where the association of him being found member of the team comes from, this very issue. Mm-hmm. But not much to say with the book. I'd say the issues actually were pretty decent what they were at the time. But with this also, I'm done with Teen Titans Volume 1. Excuse me. Final thoughts on Teen Titans Volume 1. Well, the best thing about this book, per se, is that it debuts characters we see that people saw on the TV show. People like Mad Mod, Big Daddy Dink, Gnart, obviously the K-Boy, Hornblower, obviously, well, basically Mal Duncan, Karen Beecher, who became Bumblebee. Basically, a lot more familiar characters made a debut in this book. It's like, once you get past the early issues of them wearing these stupid suits, it's like becomes more familiar Teen Titans stuff. Though, as for why the book got canceled between issues 42, 43, and 44, I have heard it was a sales issue from what I read, and the book was brought back and lasted like a year or two. The book got canceled. Though we did bring its crew back in 1980. Roughly about 4 years, the book got canceled. To much more sales-wise. And it managed to last up until around the mid-1990s. And I'll be discussing that book next time I talk about Teen Titans. I'll talk about New Titans, starting issue 50. But with this, I'm done with the first volume for the years for Teen Titans. There's technically, there's one volume to discuss for Teen Titans, Volume 2. But I'll get to that after I finish up New Titans Volume, the New Titans series, which number is a continuation of New Teen Titans Volume 2. Yep. I'm gonna give basically the stuff here is basically like a 9 out of 10. Yep. So yeah, that's particularly a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit the like button. Next up is going to be more Magic Ranger. Okay, next video. Bye.